She literally just had a 5-minute conversation on the floor.
Hi, Mom. I'm not done with my conversation, Anna.
Hi, YouTube. Welcome back. It's week 11, which means finals is only a month away from me already. It's kind of a scary feeling, but I think I'm okay with it. I think I can live and that it's gonna be okay. Where do I begin? Oh yeah, if y'all wanna learn something, try not to get sick. It sucks. A lot. I got sick the first half of this week. I'm okay now, I think. I think it was just one of those 24-hour bugs that lasted 72. It's not fun being in college when you're sick, especially when you have to fend for yourself and you still have to go to class when you're sick. If you're someone like me, then school and missing class is not an option most of the time. It's something I'm not used to, but because I could barely function and get out of bed in the earlier half of this week, I elected to miss my morning classes as a result in order to give myself some recuperation time. And that's perfectly fine to do it. I mean, so long as you're okay with that class, you're caught up, and your professor is okay with it, it is okay to skip class every once in a while, but only for the right reason. I've been talking to a couple of people recently, and it seems that stress seems to be the quote of the week. Everyone seems to be pretty stressed lately, or either it be anxiety, stress from tests, or just stress from work. Apparently it's stress week. Now, stress coupled with sickness is one of the worst possible combinations in the world. And also because for some reason I can't respond to a comment made on one of our videos in the past. I will also talk about test anxiety and what I do to cope with it. So this week's mainly been just a stress, sickness, anxiety recap. One thing that can lead to stress is the physical inability to do anything, and that I learned the hard way because I was sick. It was horrible. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Seasons are changing, and I guess my body just wasn't feeling the season change yet. I think that's just why I got the cold. I get over it. We're all good. Same old, same old. Being sick at college is never fun, but it does and will happen eventually, so it's better that it happens earlier on when you're not in finals, if it has to happen at all, as opposed to it happening when you're on vacation or if you're going to a special event. For my little advice, tips, tricks for stress, anxiety, and sickness. Number 1 would be have friends who support you and have friends that will help you through hard times. My friends in my classes that I didn't get to go to this week were awesome enough to give me the notes from what I missed during class, so I was not missing anything. When you have those friends, or even when you have your roommates, they're there to help you out because they know you and they'll learn from you and you'll learn from them. Second thing, start work early so that you're not fending for yourself and running until the last minute to do it. I know I've said it in another video about procrastination. Don't do it. Things like sickness will happen. Things like missing an exam. Things like missing a test or missing a class. Those things will inevitably happen, so it's better to be prepared for them than it is to miss them entirely and not be. Another thing, don't be afraid to ask for help. Oh my gosh, the opportunities that show up when you ask for help, when you feel overwhelmed, you feel as if you're not understanding the material, you're unsure of whether or not you're doing it correctly, whether it be in preparation for a test or just wanting to make sure you have the lesson down from that class. Don't be afraid to ask your friends, students, fellow peers, mentors, imaginary friends for help because they will help you. Next thing, trust in yourself. Now this one's especially important for when you have to take exams. For me personally, I have to stop studying 20 to 30 minutes before I take an exam because if I don't know it by then, I'm not gonna know it. And so I take those 20 to 30 minutes to de-stress because I need them in order to have my mind in a clear place so that I can still use the information that I learned from that class in order to take that exam with an actual full, willing, and helpful mind. This is not always the case for everyone. This is just what I have found that works for me and what got me through my IB exams in high school. Find a rhythm for you that works with how you deal with test anxiety, stress, or any level of obstacles in general. If you feel as if you are studying too much, that can never be considered a bad thing unless you are studying at the very last minute and basically cramming. Cramming has its advantages and its disadvantages. It's an advantage in the sense that you are looking over the material for one last time before you take an exam, but it's a disadvantage if you're doing that with a large amount of information 20 minutes before an exam starts. Space out your time when you're studying, space out your study groups, ask for help, take these little tips and tricks, and I can assure you, if you trust in yourself, you will get a good grade. It's a learning curve, and it's completely different for everyone, but trust in yourself. The main thing I want to get through that is that we have options. Everyone has options that they can look at, see which one works best for them at the time, and go with it. It's difficult sometimes they may not work, but that's why options are a thing, and it's a plural thing, because we've got this. You, me, everyone out there, we've got this. We won't let stress, we won't let sickness, we won't let anxiety, we won't let any obstacle come into our minds, or our brains, or in our ways. Because we have this information down, and we can take this exam, we can do that job interview, we can climb that mountain, we can do that roller coaster, because we are ready for it. And I know you are ready for it too. I hope that pep talk speech was kind of rousing. Those were just some of the things that I've been thinking about for this week from the people that I've been talking to and a lot about. Hopefully we both learned something throughout this. And I can look back on this when I'm in finals and I'm freaking out, and I can see that it's okay to feel stressed, but know that you are not alone and that you have options to help you. You have friends, you have the ability to ask for help. You just have to trust in yourself. There are things like that that will help you in the long run because they will de-stress you. That's really all I have to say for this week. If you want to keep seeing this kind of beautiful content from us, don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe to this video, to this channel, and to the 4 crazy girls that have no idea what they're doing. Our social media information can be found in the description below, and you can always ask questions for us and we can try and answer them as best as we possibly can. To the best of our ability, we are here to help you and we love talking to you guys. So don't be afraid to drop a feather, drop a quill, send a passenger pigeon. Is that even a thing? I've been playing way too much Assassin's Creed. Until the next time I see you guys, stay safe, keep playing, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.